I'm back to talking about retrofitting LEDs in the Mondeo today, this time the side indicator lights. I haven't previously touched the indicators as you'll usually get rapid flashing if you remove the old incandescent bulbs, and to fix that you need to add resistors, and I just don't really see the point. But it turns out that the Mondeo doesn't monitor the bulbs in the side repeaters, so we can get away with it there. So hopefully we can get a bit of an improvement in brightness to compete with all the factory LEDs on late model cars that are more and more common on the roads nowadays. The bulb enclosures are just clipped into the bodywork. There's a flexible clip at the bottom which you depress and then sort of rotate the whole thing away and up, and it'll come out. Then you turn the enclosure 90 degrees counterclockwise against the bulb holder and it'll come away free. And then of course you will see the original 5-watt T10 incandescent wedge bulb, which you'll be removing. Now just an aside, and this is actually one of the reasons that I had my attention turned to the side repeaters in the first place. I noticed that I was getting a lot of condensation, that's to say water, inside the lens here. When I had a closer look at the enclosures, I realized that the two parts of them, the lens and the body, had separated around the edge, and rainwater was obviously entering inside. So rather than replace them, I've just put a bead of silicone around that edge to seal it back up again, and obviously I've dried it all out. So if you're seeing that condensation, then you'll probably want to do something similar. Okay, onto the LEDs. Now, I've reviewed these Philips Ultinon amber bulbs separately, and they're what I'm using here. I'll put the links to them below as well. So you essentially want a forward-firing LED that's not much larger than the original bulbs because there's not much room. And these generate a nice orange flood of light in much the right direction. They also have an uncolored diffuser, which brings a small improvement in aesthetics if you care about that sort of thing when the bulb's visible, like on my car with these transparent lenses. Now on this topic, what I want to also point out is that you can remove the diffuser on the LED easily enough, and I would actually recommend that you do so if you have the older amber colored diffuser lenses on your side repeaters like these. You'll get a bit more light output, and you don't need the diffusion because obviously the external lens is doing that for you. Anyway, the bulb just goes in without much complication, but LEDs are polarity sensitive, so you do want to test it before putting everything back together and turn the bulb around if it's not working. And then the enclosures can go back on, and I'm using here some double-sided tape as well because my clips are a little bit broken, and this is just going to make them that much more secure. It'll also help a little with the waterproofing in case my silicone doesn't hold up as it should. And in any case, the enclosures just attach back onto the bulb holders and push back into the car body. If you leave the bulbs flashing while you do this, then you can make sure you don't knock them out of place or something while you put everything back together. And there you go, you can see behind the transparent lens, these bulbs are pretty innocuous. And here's a comparison between the incandescent and the LED. The LED is definitely brighter, but because it projects most of its light forwards or sideways away from the car, it does reflect proportionately less off the enclosure reflector than the old bulbs did. Which means that you end up with more of a sort of pinpoint look to it from a distance. But because it's overall brighter, I am happier with this, so it's a nice little upgrade. Have fun.